Good evening, everyone.
Howdy doody.
Hiya, Bria. How are you? I've had a message from Amjad. He's got his cousins over, so I don't think he'll be in tonight. Well, I know he'll not be in tonight. So, there you go. Just to shut him up over there.
Working fine.
There you go.
Says only the in.
Says this for Bria.
Right?
Says this for.
Well, don't jinx it.
Hey up. Richard's had him here again today.
Right.
2 days on trot. Yeah, this is the thing. He did a live on the way home, like his drive out on the way home, and it was working all right. So, yeah, he thinks it's something to do with, because it is mainly his audience is in India. He reckon it might be something to do with that. So, who knows? But, yeah, it's a mystery. That 2 days on trot has been like that. I know. So, because I was trying to sort of, work out what it could be, and because you see, he uses the YouTube app to run the train lives. So I don't know. So yeah, it's just one of them things where, he says he's going to leave it there till Monday. Same as he says, it's, keep having to put petrol in car, going over there, and then not being able to live stream, or well, same as he says, by the time he's put his phone out there, set it up or whatever, and got back in car, there's usually about 30 or 40 people in. But yeah, I don't know. You see, I'm not technologically minded, so I have no idea.
Wait, they always have to switch things on and off, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But you see, I sort of delved into it, Bria, and it says clear your cache and make sure that this, the app is up to date and all this. But I don't know. I just do not know.
Who knows?
So
Still saying there's one in it on mine. I'm just refreshed.
Got 8
10.
here.
It says 10 now. I've just refreshed it.
Yeah, it's only saying 8 on Restream side.
Maybe YouTube just not pushing it. I don't know. They just pushed it enough, haven't they? They did push it more.
Yeah. I mean, you would think the higher the sub count, the more that they'd push it. So that don't make sense, I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just come on here for a social evening with my friends. I'm never going to be, a big name in whatever. Oh, pardon me. But, what I mean? This is a thing, and I can understand why Richard feels it's so frustrating, is he works hard, and puts a lot into his channel. And it must be so, how can I put it, like stressful going there 2 days on trot and not, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, that just goes to prove it. Like when I was doing my baking on Tuesday. I mean, by any shot or anybody's imagination, I'm not a big YouTuber. But the fact that the issues that I had on Tuesday just goes to show that it probably is a YouTube fault. Now you look on, you know, you Google it, and you know, as is YouTube having any known issues, and it says no.
I'm going live tonight on my channel, my other channel, Quick Boxes.
Yeah.
Just to see if it happens.
Hi, Tommy. How are you?
Tommy!
But yeah, I, you know, it's beyond me. It's beyond my. You know what I mean? I do not know. I do not know. So, you know, I did try to search up on what could be the problem this afternoon, and yeah. But hey, you missed Richard this afternoon on his drive home, just to prove that it, yeah, you know, I don't know, but yeah, I mean there weren't a lot of people. Yeah. I mean, but they're not going to say, "Oh, this is problem and that's problem." They're going to deny all knowledge, aren't they? Ooh. Do you want to know what I'm making on Tuesday?
On Tuesday.
Orange pie bars and super fluffy English scones.
Ooh. That's my breakfast sorted out for the rest of the week, then.
Ah, there you go. Pissing it down here again all day. Getting fed up on it now.
It's stopped now. Must be. No, I'm not saying no because it won't be.
Does that mean we're going to get snow then if it stopped raining?
Yeah, it's going to snow during night, just enough for me to get out with drone.
But yeah,
There he has been, Tommy. Same as yesterday.
yeah, here were, Tommy. That's the super fluffy English scones.
Excuse you.
Orange pie bars. So there you go. Says here, significant snowfall expected on Sunday morning. Why has it come up with that? Because it's a scheduled digest. But yeah, I think it's sort of a pastry, like a custardy orange, if you know what I mean. No, me neither. But yeah, you see that in effect, Bria, I wanted to sort of do the simple thing, yeah, and I thought English fluffy, super fluffy English scones, no sultanas, no raisins, no nothing, just plain scones. And of course, you've got to get some clotted cream. And jam. But this is the thing as well, Tommy. He did a live stream on the way home. That's what I'm saying, Tommy. And he says I were messaging him, and he says, "I'm going to leave it now till Monday." He says he's putting petrol in car. He's going over there for him just to have to come back home again. Exactly, and that's exactly what I said, but a few minutes ago. He puts a lot of effort and time and money into his streams, and it's got a yellow warning for ice today and tomorrow. That's always tough in need. We've had enough rain, and it'd be all right if that freezes over.
Hello, how are we doing?
Good evening, Richard.
Well, just hang on, I'm getting two of us talking here.
Tommy wants to know how could he stream driving home and not at his bridge? Don't know.
What do you mean, stream driving home? What are you on about?
You did a driving stream on your way home.
Yeah.
So
I don't understand what you're saying. That didn't work either. That was just as bad. That was terrible. The driving stream didn't work either. It was exactly the same.
Yeah.
2 to 3 viewers. There were nobody viewing that either. I got 2 people in chat, but I knew they'd come in chat, Jeanette and Senga, and that were it. And one other person came in chat. But the driving stream didn't work either.
Did you check your settings and whatever?
Yeah, I haven't altered now to have a look, but I even did one tonight from here earlier on about 6 o'clock, and that was saying 1 viewer, and I left it running for 15 minutes, and it just 1 viewer.
Clearly, because there were me, Senga. Who else were there? Oh, that's Lady Sky coming.
Yeah. 2 people popped in, and that was it. Lady Sky and somebody else popped in and made a comment when I got into Darwin, and that was it. But that was just as bad as everything else. I think I had 1 more person than normal. Anyway.
Very strange, isn't it?
We'll see what happens.
Very, very strange.
Hello, Bria. Hello,
Well, I was just saying to Bria, though, you said other day, by the time you've sort of put your phone on that fencing, got back into your car and set your iPad up, you've usually got about 30 or 40 in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's nothing to do with network. Nothing to do with network. Else you won't be able to see it full stop. But you think, out of 20,000 subscribers, you get more than 2 people watching.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said that as well earlier on.
Anyway, we're speculating. We don't know, so let's move on. I'm sick of talking about it.
I says to Bria, I kept sort of looking on Google, what it could be, and it was saying cash and
That's absolutely nothing to do with it, is that? There's nothing wrong with the phone. It's nothing to do with the phone, that's for sure. And your people keep saying, "Oh, update YouTube." You can't update YouTube. It automatically updates. It only updates when it needs it. You can't update it. It updates itself when it needs to be updated. There's no option to update it. But it's nothing to do with the phone, because if there were a problem with my phone, you won't be able to see it, and Senga won't be able to see it.
No. changing the subject slightly, guess what I'm making on Tuesday?
Go on.
Scones.
Scones.
Skin.
Scones. Oh, excellent.
Scones.
Hope you pronounce it right.
No fancy
Fine
thing,
with
just
me.
plain scones.
I want some scones.
Oh dear. But yeah. There you go. You see, same as we were saying earlier on, I mean, look at problems I had Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
So it goes to show that it's not just you. It's a problem, but YouTube aren't owning the problem. But they want one of them sticks up their arse. We've got the home fires burning tonight.
Yes.
All cosy in front of the open fire. And it ain't me, by the way. Now, I was going to do the Cinderella story tonight, but it's a long one. So, and it's a Brothers Grimm story, and it's called The Wolf and the Fox.
The Wolf and the Fox.
Hi, partner, how are you? So, yeah. There you go. Hi, Senga.
Hello, Sandra. How are we doing?
Bray says they need to stop binge jousting. Yeah, and it is a Brothers Grimm story. The Wolf and the Fox. Thought it were an unusual, but so yeah, I thought I'd go for the bit, the bit unusual for tonight's.
A bit unusual.
Yeah, because I looked at the Cinderella story and I thought, God, that's a long one. So yeah, but I do like the Brothers Grimm. Oh,
There you go, so yeah.
yeah, you're a national threat, Richard.
Yeah. The charisma party.
Oh dear. If you don't laugh about it, you'll cry, eh? You've just been 3 Kindles. Why you been done? Senga. Well, I must say, Senga, I like how you'd done your hair last night. Looked very nice. Yes, but
Yeah,
this
I
is
do.
like... Go on.
No, that's it. Yeah, I do. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't need to elaborate.
Yeah, it's the train one that is having the problem with.
Yeah.
But YouTube said there was...
How's no one use them? How's no one use them? Use what, Senga?
Kindle says she just binned 3. But yeah, I did like how it were all flowing in.
Flowing. Would you like a flowing haircut, Singer?
Are there any other content creators having the same problem?
Oh,
Well,
not
I
that.
did on Tuesday.
YouTube's just acting funny. I've been here before with him. Singer will vouch for that. She was in on the act, so it's not the first time it's happened.
But normally, if it happens, it rectifies itself after.
But anyway, there we go. I'm not going to talk about it any further. I'm sick of talking about it.
Is that ear wrap thing then, Singer, that you did that with? Oh, there you go. Oh, I've had a box of ear dye here for about 3-4 months, and I just can't be asked to do it. I keep looking at it and keep saying, "Yeah, I'll do it today."
I know. I'm saying I need to do mine, but
And then I think, oh, I can't.
I forget when I get it showered. I forget to do it.
Yeah, it's a funny. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Singer. But you see, I what I do, Bria, is I type in Brothers Grimm, and then it gives you the whole catalogue. You know, of the Brothers Grimm stories. Yeah.
It's just a long thing. It looked like a draft excluded to me.
It looks more like it. Yeah, it looks more like a dildo than a draft excluder. Oh, dear me. Ah.
There it is. It looks like something you'd find in a dungeon with it wrapped up like that.
Oh, dear. But yeah, if you just, hi Gary, how are you? If you type in Brothers Grimm stories, it'll come up with like a thing, and then it'll say the whole catalogue. You know, are all the stories that Brothers Grimm did.
Yeah. The Brothers Grimm. Hello, Gary. How are we doing? How are you doing, darling?
I mean, this is the thing, Richard. I didn't think they were all that popular until I've looked on that site, and there's hundreds.
What size that? Ex-hamster?
Brothers Grimm stories, I'm on.
All right, I see, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Hundreds on there as well.
Don't know, I won't know.
No, I wouldn't.
Much. Oh, dear. But anyway. And there's some really weird ones.
I'm listening to Top of the Pops, some good songs on it. Hellfire. It's not Jimmy Savile presenting, is it?
Oh, dear. Ah. Whatever that is.
All good to the new car out of the spin down the road, driving past the clubs, looking at talent, was thinking of doing a bit of illegal taxi driving.
Hi, Joel. How are you?
Hello, Joel. How are we doing? Yeah, it's like that on Saturday night here, Gary. Exactly the same. In fact, that guy, that Knockout Audits were here on Saturday night. I don't know if you watched him recently, but he were in this town last Saturday night, Knockout Audits in Darwin. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Yeah, knock out audits.
Yeah, I can't understand the word audit.
Yeah, it's rubbish. It's just bullshit because they've no authority or anything, so they're not really auditors. An auditor is somebody who's employed and paid by an organisation to go through the books and all the stuff and the finances and all sorts. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I thought. But
Correct.
why did they put auditor audit after the
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a bullshit term. It's not real. It's not. There's nothing official. Yeah, well, he did one last Saturday, Darwin After Dark. It's called, and he were on Main Street here because I watched it to see if I knew anybody, but I didn't.
Darwin After Dark.
They were just out about loads of talent.
Oh dear, he did the looking for you.
I did, yeah. Knockout audits is called. Yeah, because somebody hit somebody and knocked him out top floor, and he didn't have to go down with a bang. Some guy, I don't know what all that were about.
Hey, there's been folks killed with just one blow.
That's what this were. Exactly that. He fell flat down on his face. He did one punch. And I thought, good grief, what's all this about? Horrendous.
You're missing all action, Richard.
Oh, I don't want to see that kind of action. It's one bit of action I prefer not to see. Left a right old pool of blood, that's for sure.
Oh dear. So Gary's saying they think because he's a small fella that they can threaten him and whatever. Hey, you know what they say, don't you, Gary? The smaller you are, the harder the punch.
Correct. There used to be a lad who, well, he still lives in this town now, but he's got too old for it. And he were about 5'3", and he was the hardest person in this town. The hardest person in this town. And they all went to a nightclub. It was called Peppermint Place in Blackburn, a nightclub. And he decked every single bouncer one night. Put them all, sparked them all out, he did. And he got off with it as well because they said, no way could a little chap like you have done all that such a damage. But he did. But because he was so small, he got away with it. He was just sort of
They didn't believe it were him.
No, they couldn't believe it, no.
Yeah, Gary says that he's a pro boxer.
You know what I mean? And he's
so everyone has a Valentine.
He's old now and a bit decrepit now. He's probably about 10 years older than me, so he's not that way out now.
Richard ain't got a Valentine, Joel.
No, I haven't got a Valentine, no. Got a crazy cat. In fact, I don't even know where that is. Don't even know where she is. She'll be up to no good if I can't see her. Mia, where are you?
Yeah. Yeah. I think Richard has the same problem, Singer.
Mia. That's weird. Where's she?
She were on a thing a bit ago.
And she just comes sloping round.
Yeah, Singer says, postman's sick of bringing my cards. I says, Richard, that's the same problem.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was a good saying, Bria.
Here's my Valentine.
George Pringle. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yeah. I don't go for all this Valentine stuff, Joel. I mean, not after you've been married, like, how many years this year? 23?
I even put a fresh pair of undercrackers on. You always wear fresh undercrackers just in case you have a do and end up in hospital or something. You don't want to be in hospital with skidders. Look at that.
Yeah.
I always make sure I'm washed and clean just in case something bad happens.
That's what my mum always used to say to me, Richard.
Yeah.
Always make sure you've got a pair of clean underwear on, just in case you have to be rushed into hospital or something.
Correct. Always make sure you're showered fresh and nice and you smell nice, because it's no worse than a paramedic coming and taking your shoes off and it smells like a flipping compost heap. They pull your kicks down and you're getting a flipping skidder or something. No way.
But yeah, that's one piece of advice my mum always used to give me.
Yeah.
Make sure you've got clean underwear on.
Correct. Always make sure you're freshly showered, clean underwear on, because if it happens.
Or expect the unexpected.
Same for bedding. Always make sure you've got clean bedding in case you croak at night. Not that you're going to be that bothered if you're dead, like, but it's still not pleasant. Because when you've been dead and you've been there for a long time, all your juices flow out anyway.
Oh.
Go all the way to bed, so it don't really matter, I suppose.
I've seen a programme once and they've been dead weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
It trickles through the ceiling onto the floor below. People in flat below start thinking there's a leak, and it's actually bodily fluids dripping out round ceiling rows. Oh, yeah. That must be really good. Yeah.
It's not that long after Christmas to be changing them already, Gary. And it's very much commercialised, Joel. I agree with you there. And that's why we don't send each other cards, we don't buy each other anything. You know. Ooh, human combustion. I know. It's just the thought of it, saying it. Ooh. Imagine, your body not being discovered for weeks and weeks and weeks. Ooh.
Yeah. It's not good, but it happens.
It does. Especially if you've got no family or anybody.
And if you die alone and you've no relatives and all you've got is a cat, the cat will eat you. That happened to my mum's mate on this very street where I am. Well, the street behind me. She died and she had no relatives or nobody. So nobody checked up on her for about 8 weeks. And when they got in half her flipping legs were gone.
Oh, God.
Cat's in corner licking its lips.
It's the the wild cat thing,
Well, they've got to eat.
That's what I mean.
It's, if you can't beat a fresh bit of human being, they're not bothered. Oh yeah, half her legs were gone. If they'd been there another month, the legs would have totally gone.
It don't bear thinking about though, does it?
No. Certainly puts whiskers to shame. It's what you call fresh grub.
Oh dear.
I used to know a friend, Laurie, she had said to me, lots of guys buy a bunch of flowers for a wife as well as one for the mistress, yeah? I mean, them bunches of flowers on the Valentine's Days are just ridiculously expensive. I used to deliver for a shop in Manchester, and I had to go into all these office blocks where these women were and stuff and drop these big bunches of flowers off that their husbands and boyfriends had bought them, And they were massive, some of them, massive. You had to carry them up a tower block. I used to take daughter with me and send her up. I'm thinking of chucking my piss-stained wires into a Lake Windermere on the next duck race as a tactic to put the other competition off.
Singer sees it all, doesn't she? Ass crossroad from me years ago. Son killed his parents and girlfriend and kept them in ass for weeks. Ooh.
Yeah. Will they keep them in freezer, or do they just generally let them rot? I mean, there's one in next town here in Blackburn quite a long time ago now, and he killed his girlfriend and led her in bed for weeks, actually led with corpse for weeks, and kept putting cloths around it to soak up all crap that were coming out of it.
Yeah, but how did he mask the smell?
I don't know, but he did for weeks.
I mean, closest we've got is when we lived in Nottinghamshire, in a place called Mansfield. The daughter killed her parents, but it was for monetary gains, and buried them in back garden, and they didn't find them for nigh on 15 years.
We had a guy who killed his girlfriend on Valentine's Day back in something like 1977. And he's out now. He walks the streets now.
That's it. Gasenga says neighbours smelt it. He kept them in cupboard.
Big cupboard. Hellfire. That's a bit of a shock, that. I'll just go and get a tin of beans, open cupboard, and some flipping body drops out. Hellfire.
Terrible.
Some weird stuff happens when
I
people
know.
aren't wired up right. Honestly, I must admit, an hour with my mum and I feel like knocking her out with a pan.
You wouldn't really, though, Richard.
No, I went round today with a cat meeting. Front door's wide open. I said, why is front door open? I said, well, who is it's coming round? I said, who? They said, who is it? Doodah. I said, who the friggin' hell's Doodah? She says, who puts me bin out? I said, no, she's not coming today. I said, for a start, bin day's Thursday. And secondly, she only comes when it's red bin. She doesn't come for rest because, you know, she comes on red bin day and that's next day. Oh, she said she was coming. I said, she ain't coming. And I said, she's got a key. She doesn't need you to leave the door open. I said, no, you do not need to leave the front. I can't drill that through to her.
Yeah.
She gets up in the morning, walks to the front door and opens it, leaves it wide open and just closes the glass door behind it. I said, you've got to stop doing that. There's no need to do it. Everybody who comes to this house has a key. I said, one day somebody will walk in and you'll be in the kitchen and they'll just walk out with your bloody telly or something.
Either that or worse, that still, you know, do away with you.
Or nick a cat. That would be the end of the... Yeah.
Oh, nick a cat.
You have to be bloody strong to get that naughty bugger out. My friend's wee brother got married 7 years ago by a 7-year-old. He was 3 and his parents and family had all died in the house fire just weeks before it. Only my friend and her wee brother left. She has no... Bloody hell, that's a mess. 7-year-old killed a 3-year-old. What?
Terrible, isn't it? It's you're shaking your head and thinking, what's this world coming to? I mean, that shooting in London, were it shooting in London? 13-year-old. It's beyond belief. You know what I mean? Looks can be deceiving, Joelle. Hey, look at Paul coming up.
It's weird. Yeah, Jamie Bolger, that was another one. They were only young. Yeah, that Venables and t'other fella.
Well, other ones kept his nose clean, but that Venable's up to neck in it.
What are you doing? What's up with you? Huh? What's up? What's up? Richard Keith was the murderer. Is that what he was called? Keith? All right, Richard Keith. Right, I thought you were saying Richard Keith. Richard Keith was the murderer. Keith was the murderer. Oh, Richard Keith.
Oh, sorry, let's get you from wee. Wait. Hold on. Go wee. You go wee. Go on then. Go wee. Plenty of room.
He got released after serving 8 years.
Come on, go wee.
Are we serving?
Boy who killed child goes free.
A nice, thoughtful Valentine's hymn hamper consisting of windowline, shaken vac, toilet duck, Mr. Sheen, and a brand new pack of Hoover bags. Forget your money on expensive flowers. You got it, Tommy. Ready? you doing? What are
The
you?
youngest person to be convicted of killing in Scotland is to be released after serving 8 years for drowning a 3-year-old.
Yeah, there's
Richard
one
Keith,
of you getting released.
aged 20, from Glasgow, was 11 when he was found guilty of the culpable homicide of Jamie Campbell from Drumchapel in Glasgow. He beat the toddler with sticks and stones before drowning him in a burn near his home. After a 4-day trial in 1991, Lord Sutherland ordered that Keith be detained without limit of time for a crime he described as sheer wickedness.
Hey,
Get out, off now.
A parole board has now ruled that Keith is no longer a danger and should be released, despite a 6-month campaign by the child's relatives to keep him in detention.
Yeah, we've got one here who's just getting out this year, and he's been in prison since 1999, and he Stuart Diamond, now 48, was given a life sentence in 99. He's getting released this year, and he dismembered a 17-year-old boy, cut him up, and scattered the bits around Blackpool.
It says he was 11 months old. That Jamie was 11 months old when his and they were brought up by his aunt and uncle Kim and Robert. But yeah, and it were like the youngest ever to be detained of murder.
Yeah. Well, there's some buggers about. There is, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I always say. I mean, it's like there's one been on news about I don't know, they've stabbed her. I don't know. It were in London anyway, just recently, a few days ago, and the perpetrator were 13 years old, and basically the reason this is it's hard to explain. In order to gain access to the school, he used his old school uniform. Now, if you're not writing Ed, you don't put that much thought into it.
No, this is the problem. Is a lot of them, they blame it on all sorts of shit. Now there's that many ologies and isms about nowadays. It does my head in, does my brains in. You know what I mean? I've no patience with it at all. You get a naughty kid now, they stick an ology at the back of the name. They don't just say, "Oh, it's a naughty kid."
Yeah.
It's disciplining. No, it's got an ology. No,
Yeah.
it's a fucking naughty kid and it's sorting out. No, it's a fucking ology of some sort of bullshit. There were
The
no
thing
ologies
is, I
when I
mean,
were young. You got a thick ear and you behaved yourself.
yeah, our Callum, when he were at school, he got bullied,
You know what I mean?
and we went to school and everything, and said, "Oh, you've got, he has got his problems. His parents split up. Is that a fucking excuse or what?"
Yeah.
No. Hi, Steve.
Hello, Steve. How are we doing?
But yeah, you know what I mean. They come up with, the actual head of the school were making excuses for this lad bullying Callum.
Correct, Tommy.
Yeah.
I was at school, you were naughty, you got a thick ear. You didn't get letters put at back of your name and sent on holiday. That's for sure.
And when we sat opposite the head teacher giving excuses to this lad for bullying Callum.
What? I think the young lad was a rent boy that got chopped up. Which one was that, Gary? The one in Blackpool I were on about, do you think?
I think that's what he's on about.
Yeah.
But it's, you can make all the excuses under the sun, but what they're doing, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not as if they, and then they come, the insanity plea. Same
Well,
as, same as,
it's like mental issues is now the new bad back.
yeah.
Not,
It's same as Tommy says, it's bollocksology.
you only need to mention that word now, and that's it. Ooh, shut down. You know what I mean? It's the new bad back now.
So,
Really is. The world's gone mad. But you see, this is the problem. You see, with kids at school, a kid that's not disciplined at school, well, that's the parents. They're not disciplining the kid. If you're disciplined correctly at home, you will be right as rain at school. I don't care what anybody says.
this is the thing as well, Richard, and it goes for you too. None of my kids have ever been in trouble.
Oh,
Never been in trouble,
they're
and that's
disciplined right
because,
at home and told right from wrong, they'll be fine in school.
because they got disciplined at home.
Correct. If they go to school and they're an absolute bloody tearaway at school, it's because they're being allowed to do what they want at home. I'm afraid scroats breed scroats. It's simple. It's not rocket science. This is why at the moment we're in this cycle of nonsense, because we've got the young kids now having kids, and there's nothing going on. There's nothing happening. It's just all drugs and God knows what.
It's like Vicky Pollard on the end. She doesn't give a shit what her kids get up to. And
Right.
Chris says, "You watch." He says, "In no time at all, he'll be in prison."
Yeah.
Because they're not taught right from wrong, and don't suffer the consequences when they do wrong.
Correct. TMI, Richard. What's that? Too much information. What do you mean? Too much information about what?
But this is the thing, Tommy.
Too much information about what?
If that kid keeps reoffending or don't get rehabilitated.
I'll click now what you're on about. I think.
You know what I mean?
The old school.
Yeah. I wouldn't like to think that somebody like that will roam in the streets.
Correct. That's it, Tommy. They're on a downer the moment they bite. It is. That's the moment they bite, the moment they're born. It's called lack of correct. It is. That's no doubt about it. It begins at home. You know what I mean? It begins at home.
Yeah.
Teachers get blamed for that. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's probably some crap teachers about, but they get blamed. But they shouldn't have to be battling with kids. Kids should be coming, they should be well-mannered and all this lot. 30 years ago, they wouldn't. 30, 40 years ago, they wouldn't have got lip. They're flipping out when I was primary school, you used to get bloody cane.
That's it.
At primary school, can you imagine that nowadays? 5-year-old being told to bend over at a master's desk while head of maths, Mr. Jennings, he was called, ran at you with a flipping big trainer and whacked you as hard as he could. Can you imagine if that happened? There'd be an uproar, it'd be a national uproar.
I've always said they should bring back national service. Instill some discipline into them.
You know.
Oh dear. Fine, what you been doing now, Manolo?
Oh, I'll fire. I give him a good back, man. My parents always work. You see, that's it, Gary. And I just had a screw loose, the black sheep. Yeah, I mean, I were a little bit of a tearaway at school, but I never pushed it too hard. I knew where to draw the line.
But you knew the consequences you'd face when you got home.
Yeah, I didn't used to get teachers shit or tell them where to go like they do nowadays. I must admit, I did play the game a bit, but most of the teachers I actually got on really well with at school.
But oh dear,
But nowadays,
been worse, Manolo.
do we have to go through this shit every year? Unlikely
Unlikely
things and
things.
a Valentine's card. Yeah.
But yeah, same. I agree with Richard. It starts at home.
Correct. No, that point blank, end of. It does. It does for sure. It does for sure, doesn't it, Mia? That's why you're badly behaved. I'm still working on you.
But yeah, so yeah, it begins and ends with the parents. That's all. You know, that's all there is to it. You know, you bring them up right, and you know, same as Richard says, they're polite. They you know, yeah. That's what I said. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. Worse, Manolo. Uh, baby, baby, have a coffee, please.
What?
Have a coffee, please.
Coffee.
It means the motorbike, Tommy. Mm. You know, a bicycle but with an engine.
What's that? A 0.25 cc?
Yeah, something like that. Hey up, Richard. I forgot to tell you. On one of our local selling sites, exact same car as your daughter, Fiat 500, selling it for 3,500. So yeah, you know, this scope in Richard's daughter's car, even spending 500 on getting it fixed.
Get off, you dick. I was about to sit down and she jumped and sat on my chair. Motocross scrambler.
No, he's come off his bike. A woman pulled out in front on him, and he's just suffered a broken finger.
Been there many times, man, a lot. Man, we're usually on the road though, drunk.
Exactly, Tommy.
Oh, stop mithering me, cat. Are you sure you had your nuts done?
And Richard thinks he's got it bad.
Freddie got fingered.
You're not having more.
Yeah.
All right, I took us following Chris round like a
Horsefly.
Did you what I said?
What?
On one of our local sites, somebody's selling exact same car as daughter, different colour interior and everything, 3,500.
Right.
And say for sake spending 500 on thing.
What
know
year
what I
is it? What register? What year is it? Registration? You know, could be a lot newer. You see,
I don't know.
daughter's is a 13, I think. I don't know what she's doing. I haven't spoke to her today. I spoke to her yesterday about it, but I found a bit more about it out. Apparently, it's Like I said last night, it's an oil seal or something leaking onto the clutch, which is making the clutch slip. So I don't know what's going on there. You're not getting any more.
Need somebody, man, allowed to nurse you back to health. Let's see if I can find it again.
What's that?
That Fiat 500.
No, Senga. Alice is like, you don't have any more. You don't have any more.
I mean, there's one here, and it says it's a 2015 plate, and they're selling it for 2,750.
Yep. Yes, but who's moving down to Robin Hood country? And to Nottingham. Have you seen out of Hardy, Gaza? Gary. We tracked her down. I can't find her anyway. Get down, cat. Get out. God. Bid. Stop doing that.
Yeah, madam.
Okay.
So I was looking today, but I couldn't find her anywhere. Thought you'd be in the know, Gary. You know, you're keeping your finger to the pulse.
Has she gone MIA?
MIA.
Missing in action?
Oh yeah, I think they must have fallen out, her and Natty. I don't know the exact details, but I thought she might have come on my live last night, but she didn't do.
Well, didn't have to say something about they'd had a bit of a falling out because she was trying to be too controlling or something.
I don't know. But no, mate, it's been out all day. Rise and care back. Rise calling monk. I don't get that set up at all, Gary. I really don't. It's bizarre.
I don't even, you know.
They're all people from the dark side.
What I'm saying is, I don't even want to, you know, understand it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I like Heidi. I think she's all right. I'm not gonna lie.
You're right there, Tommy. She's a feisty one.
I like Heidi. I think she's all right. I just wish she said she was going to come on last night, but she didn't. Kept from behind her.
Ah, somebody were torturing Heidi on.
Yeah, well, I think I managed to rewind and watch that bit, and he were giving her some shit, and she just said, like, you know, gets lost and shove it up your backside or something. That was it.
That sounds like Heidi.
And then I've never seen her since. I don't know. I weren't watching the stream, but I saw it the next day, so I rewound back I was watching it, because you can see all people's panel icons,
Yeah.
and I was watching it until they disappeared, and so I could work out where to watch it from. But I hope she comes back on the scene.
But you see, that's all you get when you go on the panels.
If you go on that panel, that's all you're going to get. That is true.
Yeah. I mean, we've been there, done that, and got the T-shirt, haven't we, Richard?
But I was hoping she was going to come on mine last night, but she didn't. And there you go.
I think she's contemplating playing as a tune, Richard.
Yeah, I'll play her a tune in a minute. It'll be called "Get My Foot From Up Your Ass."
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
See, I know what she's thinking before she thinks it, Richard.
Yeah. Sat on top of the radiator now. She must have asbestos pores because that radiator is bloody hot. And she sits on top of it, and I can't keep my hand on top of it. It's that hot.
I know. I'm going to say aren't same when our eating's on, but God knows.
I ain't going anywhere tomorrow. I'm going to stop in all day tomorrow.
She probably like the heat rising up.
Might dye here tomorrow. That'll be the highlight of my day. Get rid of my grey bits outside.
Yeah. Very musical. Yeah. She sits and watches Richard while he's playing piano, you see, and she's taking it all in.
Oh, yeah. So the wedding of Richard and Gladys. I wish.
Hi, Stuart.
I wish, Stuart. I don't want a mat wedding, but, She's very nice, but anyway, there you go.
Who's Gladys Pugh?
She's off that program, the holiday camp program.
Oh.
Wonder does she still have it? Anyway, let's change the subject, please.
Again,
yeah. Well, there's no snow here, and people keep telling me we're going to get tons of snow. And it made me laugh. In paper, it said on BBC, it says heavy snow, and then next thing it says about 30 millimeters. I'm thinking, what? 30 millimeters. They don't talk in inches now like they used to do because it doesn't sound good. If they said 1 inch of snow, then you'd think, yeah, right. Who gives a damn about what's 1 inch? 30 millimeters of snow is only just a little bit over an inch, and yet people would say, "Oh God, torrential snow." Not 2 and 3 foot like we used to get.
This what makes me laugh. On the app on my phone, it says significant snowfall Friday morning, right?
Oh, it's been. I honestly had to put tennis rackets on my feet when I went out this morning.
And now it's saying significant snowfall Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's gone from Thursday evening / Friday morning to Sunday.
But they're called significant. I was watching Weather Woman on BBC, and she said significant snowfall could be up to 30 centimeters. Up to 30 centimeters.
Hi, Crypto.
Well, sorry, 13, whatever. And I looked at her. What's she on about? That's nothing. You know what I mean? Hello, Crypto.
Oh, Anthony's gone all gooey and mushy.
Who's Anthony?
Tim's brother, twin brother.
All right, yeah. Nothing wrong with being gooey and mushy. If you got a nice woman, I would be. If I had a nice woman, I'd pull out the stops for Valentine's Day. I did it once. I did it on Valentine's Day once with a girl, and I'd have been about 21 and she'd have been about, I don't know, 18-ish.
I think it says, which is that?
Need a sick bucket.
take it you've seen it then, Bria.
Nothing wrong with being romantic.
If your first throws a romance, maybe. Saying 2 degrees here.
I hope I get the same model a new hippie gets. That's what it does to me. I want the same brand of new hip. If that's what it gets you, Blondon, I can manage that.
Hi, Tim. We're just talking about your twin brother.
Hello, Tim. How we doing? Get a pair of Timson
Just the
boots. Like
races I wish I hadn't.
Well, that still game is so funny. God forbid.
Moderate snow or ice warning from Friday at 1700, which has been and gone, until Saturday at 10 Greenwich Mean Time.
Yeah, it's just absolute nonsense. The way we hype snow up now in this country, I just think I use the same old line every time. I just say, look, if you're younger than 40 and you've never left this country, you don't know what snow is.
No.
End of.
No.
You know what I mean? You've never seen snow.
You know, me and Rich is that old that we remember snowdrifts and
Correct. You just remember it with knee high.
and you still had to go to school.
And you still went to school. Park cars were just gentle little humps in snow.
Yeah.
Nowadays we get an inch, about that much, and
Well, not even that much.
it's a massive drama.
And schools is closed down.
Yes. It was snowing last night when I went to bed, and it was snowing when I got up this morning. Just very light flakes, and that was it.
We've had the total opposite. It's been pissing it down all day.
And then then sun come out, and it was pretty much sunny most of the day. Great. Snow above your wellies, that was it.
And more.
And it used to stay around for days and days and days and days. It's not like now, it just comes and it's gone within hours. It's smushy. Smushy. We had shorter knees back then.
And this is the thing, it used to freeze and then you get some more snow on top of the frozen snow.
Correct.
So, yeah.
That what happened to me. That was third time I dislocated my shoulder with that, and I slipped it snow outside pub. I did right on my shoulder, and I dislocated it, and I'd already dislocated that shoulder 3 times that year.
Did it help that you were inebriated?
It was New Year's Eve, and it was about 10 to 1 hour rat ass. It was me. I'm in corner outside pub in the like the where the bricks meet in the corner. And I'm pushing against it. My mate's pushing me, trying to get my shoulder back in. I got it back in.
I know Richard better than he knows himself sometimes.
It went in with a clunk, but we got it back in. I thought, there's no way I'm going to A&E at fucking 10 to 1 on a bloody New Year's Eve night. No way.
I mean, I've seen it done in hospitals, and even that goes through me, that crunch it makes when it pops back in.
Yeah. When I first did it, the pain was off the scale. It was unbelievable. Because my brother took me to hospital. I was knocking bearing out of a big gear I were, and I was swinging this sledgehammer on my head, and it came out my shoulder. And he took me to hospital, and oh God, I felt every flipping bump in the road I did. It was horrendous.
I mean, touch wood, I've never dislocated it. I've never broken anything, but
and
yeah.
Came out at swimming baths, and I was going around in circles trying to get to the side.
Yeah. But yeah, I've watched enough programs, I'm trying to manipulate it back into place, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See you later, Stuart.
See you, Stuart. Oh, it's painful. There's no doubt about it. First time it's painful. When it's been out a couple of times, it's not as painful, but the first time it comes out, it bloody hurts, does it? It's horrendous pain. But first time, I was only I've been about 19, I think, something like that, 19, 20 when that happened. Because, they say it comes out a few times, they have to wire them, but I was lucky, I didn't need it. wiring or anything. You know, they tighten up the socket with like wires. But, as long as
They
you
say
keep
once
it,
you've dislocated it, it'll keep happening.
yeah, you've got to, you've got to let the socket and the bone grow back. When you've dislocated, you have it in like a sling, a foam sling for a while after you've dislocated it to take the weight off it. But touch wood, after that New Year's Eve incident was the last time it dislocated, and that's, God forbid, 30 years ago now.
But yeah, it's
30 odd years ago. I'd have been about 20, I think. 20,
I mean,
21.
it's that painful. Some of them have to have that horse tranquilizer. I don't know what it's called. Ketamine.
Ketamine.
Yeah.
Well, when I
Don't
went with
remember.
mine, they tied me to bed. They led me in bed, and I thought, come on, are you going to sort this out? Harry, agony. And they went and got a load of students in. They said, you don't mind if we short students how to put your shoulder back, do you? I said, have I a choice?
Yeah, they always say, well, you're not feel anything, but you're not remember having anything afterwards.
Yeah, I didn't get no drugs or anything. They like tied a cloth around it and did something, I don't know what, because obviously I couldn't see, and they just went boom and banged it back in.
I've
Did you
seen
miss
that
with the
many
sledgehammer?
times.
I can't remember, Tommy. I can remember that. I know the machine. It were what they call a ribbon blender, and I took the gear off the end of this ribbon blender, and I stacked it on 2 pallets. This massive gear. I mean, I'm talking like probably 4 or 5 foot diameter gear. It was huge, and it had a brass shim in it that needed knocking out. So I got a guy on lathe. He turned me like a boss that fitted perfectly, and I was just swinging on it trying to knock this shim out. And I probably hit it about 15 times before it came out, and then we were just right at top of stroke, and it just went come out.
But I mean, I've seen these A&E programs where they've had dislocated ankles, and it's been like all distorted, like. Oh,
You see these football players where they break their legs pointing, one bit's pointing south and some bit's pointing north. You know, I remember when I broke my wrist, my hand was just dangling in skin. You know what I mean? It was like it weren't detached to my body when I broke my wrist. It was just dangling.
and the worst one is an open fracture with bones poking out.
Oh, I've never had one of them. The only thing I've ever broke is my wrist.
I'm saying, touch wood, I've never had a break, I've never had a dislocation, but yeah.
I was only young, about 7 or 8 years old when I did that. I had to go to hospital and have a pop put on. And then once when I might have been even younger, me and my brother, we were fishing, we were in the river, and I stood there, a piece of wood off a pallet in the river with a 6-inch nail, and I stood on it, and it went right through my foot, in bottom and out top, this nail. I had to go to I had to go to hospital with a piece of a blue GKM pallet stuck to my foot.
I mean, I've had plenty of mishaps like that. I mean, I put my foot on a plug and all inside ranging out, and that was just like, on arch and my foot.
Yeah.
And I put I've had lots of cuts and.
All this were right through. We couldn't get it off.
Yeah.
He's trying to pull this wood off on it. Oh God, I was in agony trying to pull this lump of wood off my foot, but nail went all the way through and was poking out top.
What's that then? Senga IPL. What's that? Is it a beer? I don't know. No idea.
Mushing, just as I say about IPL.
But I've had quite a few mishaps. Like took a chunk out my knee when I was little, and one of them, them old pot. Well, they're coming back into fashion now. I forget what you said they're called. Them sinks, ceramic sinks, them square things.
Belfast sinks.
Yeah, I fell on one of them and took a chunk out my knee. Oh, I know what you're on about. Epilator
thing
thing.
we've looked at. What?
Epilator.
Oh, fepilator. Bugger them. Ooh. That's them that I got a full pallet of for free, and I thought I'll sell these buggers, and I couldn't give them away. I ended up chucking them. Ended up throwing them away, these bloody epilators. Oh, that's one of the infrared ones. How does it work, that Senga? Is it doing the job or what? Is it working, Senga? I've not had it long enough to tell yet. I thought you were on about an Indian Pale Ale or something when you're on about IPL.
I thought IPL. I thought you were on about
some sort of beer or something. Well, I want to know if it works. If it works, I'm going to do one of them and do my chops with it. Infrared, do my face with it. Yep, it's good, but is it actually? Can you tell that? Is it working? Is it getting rid of the fungus?
Women don't have fungus.
No, you know her.
They have, like, dainty.
Yeah, women only have very light, fluffy fur on
very
their faces, whereas even though my face is like a baby's bum at the moment, but I do get, stubble comes quick. How you see? I want to try it on my face, and see if it gets rid of face. That'd be great. That. Yeah, I know. I've been watching. Yeah, I want to know how well it does on faces.
He's not too bothered about his legs, Senga.
What you need to do is go and find Milado. Go and find Milado, Senga, and give him a blast while he's not expecting it. You know what I mean?
This is the thing. I mean, with my originally being ginger, I don't have to get rid of my hairs on my legs all that often.
No,
because they're not.
Well, the blonde-haired and ginger-haired women have very little
They're
hair
not
on their bodies,
noticeable.
especially ginger-haired.
So, but yeah.
Whereas obviously dark-haired women
it makes their hairs come in
like a trapper's cap.
But yeah, I mean it looks all right to me.
Yeah, it looks like one of them eyes off the War of the Worlds on them flipping fighting machines. One of them fighting machines off War of the Worlds when the eye comes out with laser on. Dun, 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 dun.
She says she thought it were crap at first, but defo working.
Yeah.
Aye, big lad. What?
Aye, big lad.
What are you talking about, Gary?
He likes a few riddles. He's talking
he's saying hello, big lad, before he's even come in.
He's talking to Ivan. I talked to Ivan in the wee hours.
Fast, gentle and effective hair removal. Get a zap and a red flash. Zzz, zzz, zzz. There you go. But yeah, it's that's one good thing about being ginger. Like hairs on my arms. You can't see any hairs on my arm. Well, you can see odd ones in things, but they're not visible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like ginger women, especially. When I was younger, I had a real thing about ginger women. And some of my ex-wife were ginger, and the ex before, not the ex before, but the ex before that ex, she were also ginger. There's something about it, you know what I mean? I'm not as spaced out on ginger now as I used to be, but I had a real fixation with ginger women when I was younger.
Yeah, You know, it does have its ups and downs, but yeah, or pros and cons, should I say? But
You're all right as long as you don't go abroad, or else you're walking around with a bloody lobster.
tell me about it. Oh
Like
dear.
I used to hate that when we went to Turkey, and within a day I was like black as ace of spades, and she'd be there flipping bright red like a lobster.
You know when we went on honeymoon, don't you? I got that burnt. I'd had to have a towel over my head. I'd have one round my shoulders. Even ended up wearing a long sleeve top.
Yeah.
And my leg covered my legs up because I were burnt to a crisp.
Yeah. See, there's part nest. He's had a redheaded too. The first redhead I had, she were really tall, and I actually, I wouldn't say I had her, but I refused to advances, and I look back now and I think, why did I do that? But there you go. But she was so tall and she was really dominating. You know what I mean? She were,
What's that got to do with price of fish, Ivan?
you know, we had an albino. That's going too pale, is that, Gary? Ivan, sorry, that's going too pale. But
these albinos, it's something to do with pigment in the skin,
correct.
isn't it?
But that's too pale. I know a girl who works in a shop near here, and she's albino, and she's very attractive and everything, but she just freaks me out.
They do look a bit strange, but
yeah, I want to when I go in, I want to call her Casper, but no, I don't. Her eyes are a right weird sort of red colour. Weird.
They tend to be pinkish, don't they? Their eyes.
First time I ever went in and she was working there, I nearly jumped because this head appeared from the counter. But that redhead who I sort of meandered with, she was so. Because I was only young at the time, so I was doing all right with women, and she were very dominating. She pinned me down to a car bonnet, she did, and jiggled herself in my face. I thought, I can't cope with this. Can't cope with this. She was so tall as well. They were a horsey sorts, and I had a thing about horsey sorts. Into horses.
Love lost and all that, Richard.
I know, I do look back, and I've even tried to find her on Facebook just out of curiosity to see where she's at now, but I found her, but I sent her a friend request, but it never materialised.
Trust you, Gary.
I thought a dove was a bar soap. But yeah, I did send her a friend request on Facebook, but she didn't. It didn't materialise. She didn't answer me.
She probably thought, Richard who?
Yeah, she probably. Oh, she'd remember me. She would definitely. She couldn't forget me. There was no way she'd forgot me. She knew I were.
Oh dear.
But she's one of these sort of like she's very dominating. You know what I mean? And I don't know what she's up to nowadays. All I can remember is our last meeting.
Oh dear me! I have to stop this, Gary. You're making my eyes run. Oh dear.
Hello, Kath. How are we doing? I never spotted you in the chat then.
She says she's drinking.
She's drinking. Oh, hellfire. Hit that link, Kath. Come up.
But yeah.
But then with the days, because that's like 30. I was only 20 then. 20, no, about 23. So 34 years ago, that now.
But look at it this way, Richard. If you'd have stayed with her, you wouldn't have had your two twin daughters.
Well, that's it, yeah. But you see what it were with her is she knew I wanted her, and I tried my best, and I really pushed hard. I did for about 6 months, and I could just never get past that friendship barrier. And I thought, oh, fuck this, I'm wasting my time. So I just backed off and I thought, sod it, stuff her. I went different, I went off and went on the prowl elsewhere. And that rocked her. That rocked her, you see.
Yeah.
When we next bumped into each other, she fucking really manhandled me. And it was too late.
Played hard to get until you thought, sod it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, she liked it. And she was even teasing me, she was as well, which really wound me up, you know what I mean? Talking to other blokes as well with flashcards and all that shit, and that wound me up and all.
Women like that aren't worth knowing, Richard.
But I think she was just doing it to test me. And I thought,
Yeah.
stuff this. I thought, forget you, you know what I mean? Because back in them days, where everybody had flat, everybody were into the cars and shit, The one guy he was always around, but he worked at a garage, and so he was always turning up in really flash cars, but they weren't his. They were what he would borrowing off garage forecourt that were for sale. They weren't his cars.
Yeah.
He never popped a piss in. He didn't own his own cars or out, but she were a little bit.
It.
She were a little bit overrun with it.
Status hungry.
And I backed off. I thought, stuff this. And then when I next bumped into her, she wanted everything.
Well, I'd have said, you had your chance and you blew it.
Well, I just said to her, I said, I'm sorry. I said, while you were meandering, I said, I bumped into somebody else. And that it was the truth at the time. You know what I mean? And I done. I bumped into somebody else. In fact, even though that didn't materialise into much, but lasted about 4 years. But I bumped into somebody else. Because she were about 6 years older than me, that redhead. Whereas the one I bumped into were about 4 years young, 5 years younger, So anyway, it's all water under the bridge now.
Aye. He's no good saying the what ifs.
Correct. But she was the only one who got into my head here. There's not many women get into my head, but she did. Big time. And since that day, I've never let anybody else get into my head, not to the level that she did.
But, yeah. Such is life, eh?
Correct. There's only one woman that gets in my head now, and she's right behind us on that flipping tower.
She knows you're talking about her.
And she gets right into my head, don't you, Mia? Yes, you do. Yeah, we're talking about you.
But, yeah, it's...
007 when? What's Manilow babbling on about now? 007. Here she comes.
After she's had a stretch.
How did I know you were coming, eh? How did I know you were coming? Hi, everyone. Just having some fun. Hit the link, Gath, and have some more fun. Girls just want to have fun.
We've gone from talking to from dead bodies to, past.
Yeah, we've covered it all tonight. We've covered YouTube, dead bodies. What other one? I can't remember. There was another one in between.
They were answering another question. But yeah, we've decomposing bodies to,
redheads. Ooh.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's unfortunately you can't turn the clocks back.
No.
Well, you can do, but you know what I mean.
No, I can't.
Oh yeah, Gary's pristine wide fronts. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, your mother telling you that you one thing you've got to do is always make sure you've got clean underwear on.
Yes.
Yeah, we've talked about it all tonight. And you know, ginger fuzz and blonde fuzz and yeah, you name it, we've talked about it tonight. And white fuzz Amy here. Oh dear me. It is, I'll tell you in a minute. It's the Brothers Grimm, but it's one that hardly ever anybody's heard of. It's called The Wolf and the Fox. There you go. But yeah, always make sure you've got clean underwear. Did you have clean underwear on, Manilow, when you had your accident? That is the question. A bit personal, like, but yeah. You know, make sure you always got clean underwear on, just in case. You know, you never know when the unexpected might happen. I don't mean shutting yourself. I mean, you know, ending up in hospital.
Correct. True, true.
Yeah. And that's one of the... Oh, dear.
Like, oh, you weren't wearing any out. Yeah.
Good job it were only your finger you broke then, innit?
Correct. Now you ended up with road rash on your ass.
But yeah, good job you didn't have to drop your trousers for any reason. Is there something you're not telling us, Sanka? I'm only joking, Sanka.
Violets are blue, my knob's red because of you. Ooh. Hellfire. What's going on up there? What's going on over the border there?
But yeah.
If you would have seen how hot the paramedic were, oh yeah, you can't beat a good looking paramedic, man. You know, when they're dangling the stethoscope at you. Oh yeah.
Hey, I once had a paramedic come out to me and she was bald.
Bald? Woman?
Yeah. I didn't ask her what reason why she hadn't got no hair, but I'm assuming it was something health-wise.
Oh yeah, well, I'm pretty sure she wasn't called Ella, was she? Her first name weren't Ella, were it? Alopecia.
But yeah.
Might
And
be a bad choice.
it's one of them situations where you can't help but stare.
She weren't Jeanette O'Connor, were it? She might have shaved it. Might have been a thing, a shaving it thing.
It were many years ago, and yeah, but I didn't ask her why she hadn't got no hair.
You know. Got hots for Senga.
She's supposed to get your temperature down, Manilow, not raise it.
Yeah, and it's not that. If it's anything spur going on these panels, I'm first in queue, Manilow. I've got Bagsy on anybody that's single. I'm first in queue. All right, sir. You have to get behind me, Manilow Fost. I wish I was a bar of soap hanging on a string, and every time you'd shake a shower, I see you're doing your lane. Yeah, I feel like that when I'm in the shower and cat's there, head's tilted. What the fuck's that dangling there? I have to turn my back on it. It's embarrassing. I have to
You know
turn.
what we're checking. This is the thing. She's sort of finding a way around the the human form because she was checking camel toe out not so long ago, and now
Yeah.
she's sort of she's probably comparing the two. But I'm sure it weren't that serious, Manolo. But nah, my thing is firemen. So yeah, I mean, Ivy had left a grill on once, and she burnt some toast, and fire alarms were going off, and I looked out and I went, "Bloody hell! There's two fire engines." Whew. My heart were all of a flutter. Two fire engines, not one, two. I thought we were having to going to have to take a tray out with some, you know, coffee and tea on it. Nice try, Manolo. But yeah, she's put some toast under the grill, gone upstairs to do something, forgot all about it. When she come down, it were in flames and smoke everywhere, and yeah, they sent two fire engines. But
What's that say? Senga, do you have a nurse's uniform? What's going on?
I says, nah, for me, it's a fireman. Yeah. I had heart palpitations when them two fire engines turned up to Ivy's next door. Whew. Thought, have I got to start mashing some tea?
Oh, for me, it's simple. It's lifeguards, female lifeguards, especially on Baywatch. Or another one I like is female beach volleyball players.
Oh dear.
Or but I used to have to wear one when I was a nursery nurse. Oh, hellfire.
Without further ado, we'll go on to the bedtime story because I left it till about 11 o'clock last week and I don't want to do that this week.
No, go on.
And it's called The Wolf and the Fox.
Ooh.
The wolf had the fox with him, and whatsoever the wolf wished, that the fox was compelled to do. For he was the weaker, and he would gladly have been rid of this his master. It was chance that once as they were going through the forest, the wolf said, "Red fox, get me something to eat, or else I will eat thee myself." Then the fox answered, "I know a farmyard where there are two young lambs. If thou art inclined, we will fetch one of them." That suited the wolf, and they went thither. And the fox stole the little lamb, took it to the wolf, and went away. The wolf devoured it, but was not satisfied with one. He wanted the other as well, and went to get it.
Aye.
Pardon you. As, however, he did it was so awkwardly, the mother of the little lamb heard him and began to cry out terribly. And to bleat, so that the farmer came running there. They found the wolf and beat him so mercilessly that he went to the fox limping and howling. Thou hast misled me finely, said he. I wanted to fetch the other lamb, and the country folks surprised me, and have beaten me to a jelly. The fox replied, Why art thou such a glutton? Next day they again went into the country. And the greedy wolf once more said, Red fox, get me something to eat, or I will eat thee myself. Then answered the fox, I know a farmhouse where the wife is baking pancakes tonight. We will get some of them for ourselves. They went there, and the fox slipped round the house and peeped and sniffed about until he discovered where the dish was, and then drew down 6 pancakes and carried them to the wolf. There is something for thee to eat, said he to him, and then went his way. The wolf swallowed down the pancakes in an instant and said, They make one want more, and went thither and tore the whole dish down so it broke into pieces. This much this made such a great noise that the woman came out, and when she saw the wolf, she called the people who were hurried there and beat him as long as their sticks would hold together, till with 2 lame legs and howling loudly he got back to the fox in the forest. How abominably thou hast misled me, cried he. The peasants caught me and tanned my skin for me. But the fox replied, Why art thou such a glutton? Bloody Nottingham doing funny gallops. What? On the 3rd day, when they were out together and the wolf could only limp along painfully, he again said, Red fox, get me something to eat, or I will eat thee myself. The fox answered, I know a man who has been killing, and the salted meat is lying in a barrel in the cellar. We will get that, said the wolf. I will go when thou dost, that thou mayest help me if I am not able to get away. I am willing, said the fox, and showed him the bypaths and ways, to which at length they reached the cellar. There was meat in abundance, and the wolf attacked it instantly and thought, There is plenty of time before I need to leave off. The fox liked it also, but looked about everywhere and often ran to the hole by which they had come in, and tried it if his body was still thin enough to slip through it. The wolf said, Dear fox, tell me why thou art running here and there so much and jumping in and out. I must see that no one is coming, replied the crafty fellow. Don't eat too much, then, said the wolf. I shall not leave until the barrel is empty. In the meantime, the farmer, who had heard the noise of the fox's jumping, came into the cellar. When the fox saw him, he was out of the hole at one bound. The wolf wanted to follow him, but he had made himself so fat with eating that he could no longer get through, but stuck fast. Then came the farmer with a cudgel and struck him dead, but the fox bounded into the forest, glad to be rid of the old glutton.
Ooh.
So there you go.
Oh, hellfire. So what's the moral of that story, Jeanette? What's the moral?
Don't be a greedy bastard.
Okie dokie. There you go. Don't be a greedy bastard. Or else you might get stuck
Like
in
the
the
wolf.
door.
The wolf was a greedy bastard.
And there we go. How's the dating going on in the chat? No, I think Manilow's just working his way around country and counties, you know what I mean? He's done Nottingham. He's done Scotland.
Yeah. Well, that's put a lot of people off. I've got about 17 or 18 in. It's gone down to 11 now. Anyway. There you go. So, yes, that was a bit of an unusual one.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
See, when I saw it, and I thought, well, it's quite a relatively short one. And it's unusual. And it's one I've not heard of before. Crypto's laughing when I said, yeah, moral of the story is don't be a greedy bastard.
Yeah. Never mind her falling over. I might fall in. Who's falling over?
Yeah.
Sounds about right for a moral of a story.
Well, in a roundabout way, yeah, that's the moral of the story. I mean, they might put it differently, but that's the moral of the story. He ate and ate and ate until he'd ate it all. And obviously, by the time he'd ate it all, he'd got that fat that he couldn't get out. So there you go. So, yeah. So we'll see what we can. Nothing. Doing. I still don't get you, Singer.
No. Not in harm.
That is a new one on me.
Senga, I'm for your eyes only. For your eyes only. I'm still checking out my rewards from Go Compare after buying fully comp insurance for my new car. Excellent. Go Compare.
But yeah, what's a Fanny Gallop?
Which means Nottingham Gallop.
You've got to explain something because me and Richard have led.
No, I know what she's on about. I know what she's on about. She's on about Nottingham. Yeah. Nottingham Fanny Gallop. Right. Pardon me.
Yeah, guess who won, Manilow?
Won what? Oh, don't.
How did the last up race go? I went, yeah, guess who won?
Next one's a week of Thursday.
Oh. See, I told you I'd led a sheltered life. I didn't even know where a Fanny Gallop were.
Oh, right. I've never heard of a Fanny Gallop. I thought you were on about Uja. I didn't realise you were on about an actual Fanny Gallop. All right.
Yeah. Tommy's philosophy is if it ain't nailed down.
When it hits a hurdle, it's a turn off, right? So you get lucky, you can set it woman. Have you got a Fanny Gallop on?
I've never parked my bike in a craft hanger.
Falls there with legs in her. Yeah, I know what you mean there, Singer.
But yeah.
You two lads, no, it's not. I'm not being funny, but it's not. You're just getting bothered with people on YouTube.
I find it very informative, Crypto, because I did not know what a Fanny Gallop was. So, I've learnt something new tonight.
YouTube Lives is definitely not the new dating thing. That is, I can categorically.
Oh. Manilow's calling her fiddle. How long's it been going, Manilow? And I keep saying, I'll win next week. And I eventually did.
Well, it could be you next. Well, it's not next week. A week of Thursday. You've got a fortnight to wait, yeah.
26, isn't it?
Yeah, week of Thursday. But you just have to are you still a member, Manilow? Are you still in?
Yeah, but you're the exception, Crypto, if you know what I mean. Well, there you go, Manilow. It's informative. Yeah, I thought you'd have won last time, Singer. But yeah, I said all along I thought Singer would win, but yeah, you know why you never win, don't you, Tommy? Yeah.
Are you still a member, Manilow?
Tommy, starting to think it's a conspiracy.
I can't find you on the list, Manilaw. I don't think you're a member, so you've no chance of winning. No chance, you're not in. It's Jeanette, Chris, Thorfinn, Senga, Bria, Gary, LSM Trains, Tamsy, somebody called Sean Class 47, DJM Adventures, Stuart Mullins, Tracy Nicholson, Kathleen Mullins, and William and Zandy Curlin. No, you're not a member, Manilaw, so I can assure you, you won't be winning the next one.
You know, and the phrase comes to mind, you've got to be in it to win it. Yeah, nobody's heard from him, have this, Senga?
Nope. Not a dicky bird.
And Richard even checks his YouTube channel and he's not done nothing on there either.
No. I don't know why it does it. It's only you it's not working for. So everybody else manages all right. You just click on join and it's that simple, really. I just don't know what's going on.
You know, there's only Tommy and Stuart. They're tight horses. You know,
we should start a minute Minaj. What's a Minaj? Oh, I did everything it said. It works for everybody else. It's strange how it just won't work for you two. I don't get it. I can't even demonstrate it because I know it works. You know what I mean? You just hit the join button, simple as that. And it takes you to Google, to your Google account. And you obviously have to authorize the payment. And that's it. Minaj.
Members of a household.
Do you not do them in England? I don't know. I know it's. I don't know what one is. A Minaj.
I love compliments. Savings club.
All right, yeah.
Having several of the characteristics of.
We used to do a bonus ball thing at work. That used to build up a lot, did that? We used to do a bonus ball and there were a few of us in it and we all had 2 numbers each. And obviously there were a lot of stray numbers that weren't anybody's. And if they came in, it rolled over to the next week. And sometimes it got up to a fair amount, it did. You know, I think one lad, it got up to 600 quid. And one lad won it. In fact, it was somebody that nobody liked as well, but he went and won it. That's what I was thinking, Nicki Minaj. But yeah, we used to do it with bonus ball. Some workplaces do death lists, a list of celebrities who's going to die next.
I know. I've seen 1 or 2 of them. Yeah, who's going to croak it next?
We used to do bonus ball, and there were like 15 or 20 numbers that nobody had because there were only 16 of us worked there. So if one of them numbers came in, which it did regular, it used to roll over. We'd all pay £1 in again the following week, and it usually rolled over. And sometimes it went on for ages and ages. It did. And when I used to drive wagon, we used to play bonus ball bingo. and you all had a bingo ticket, like the box with the numbers in, 1 to 49 or whatever it is, and everybody had a different ticket with different numbers in between 1 and 49, and every week you knocked the bonus ball off and you paid £1 in, and it were the first to fill the sheet up. You know what I mean? And
See,
got to big money.
The only thing is, Manolo, if somebody gifts memberships, they can't choose who the free memberships goes to. It randomly selects.
I can't. I don't even know. I don't think I can give out free memberships myself. I don't even know where you go to do that, and it only gives them out random. It just gives them to total strangers. You can't select. But the only thing I have control on, well, it's not control. I can swap people's uniforms about. I can't choose the uniforms of the ducks, but I can shuffle them. So you get it, because I know Gary said he didn't want to be a peeler, so I kept pressing shuffle button just to make sure you weren't a peeler.
Provided it's not Jeanette again. I doubt it very much, Manolo.
You never know.
Lightning never strikes twice. But yeah, it's like somebody come on Richards and paid for 5 memberships. Nah. What was that?
Car went past.
Oh, yeah. That person couldn't choose who to give the memberships to.
No, they just
and
appeared.
neither could Richard. It just randomly selects 5 people.
Yeah.
So, nobody.
3 of the 5, I didn't even know who they were. I knew 2 of them, but the 3 of the 5, I didn't even know who they were.
Nobody's got control over who chooses the memberships. Only YouTube, I should imagine. But
if there's somebody overseas who becomes a member like that, and they haven't got PayPal, I don't know how they're going to get the money. I have no idea.
You don't have any.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, no, it's because it might not do it because you're possibly. I don't know. There used to be green did members' names, but if you're a moderator, it might. Oh, saying that, we're not on my channel now, so they're not going to be green on this one. But
the thing is, they've replaced blue wrenches with blue shields.
Yeah, I think they run out of Spanish, you see.
There's plenty in Sheffield. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's they keep making these changes, and that way at Senga Gracie 7175, you know what I mean? A lot of times that's not same as the channel name.
No, mine weren't, but I changed my channel. You can change your handle. Click on the customized YouTube page, and it's the first option you've got as you slide down. It says name, and then it says handle. You can change your handle to something that's recognizable.
But you see, mine's always been.
Yeah, and you can get rid of them numbers off the end. Do away with the numbers. You're in Ireland, you see, Tommy. They're not caught up yet.
Inside everybody's name now, Tommy. It's a blue shield, not a blue wrench. A blue shield. So
yeah, you can change your handle. It's the first setting after customized channel. It's right there, and you can just get rid of them numbers off the end. You know what I mean, and just have it so it's your name. Right, pardon me.
But they keep pissing about.
Well, I wish they'd stop fucking up, Senga. Pissing me off, that's for sure. I think it's supposed to be a shield, Gary. I think.
They keep messing about with these things, and then they wonder why people are getting pissed off.
Yeah, it's true. It's that it could be a box, but I'm sure it's a shield. But it does look like a box as well. Having just looked at it,
Oh,
sounds like biscuits just let one rip.
God Almighty, Struth.
But
God Almighty, Jesus wept. Yeah, got shills ready for Jas, eh? God, that were a potent one.
now we're on with a potent one.
Oh, strange. Gary says it's still showing as a spanner on my smart TV, but both my phone's showing as shields.
I've never noticed. I'll have a look when I'm on the dark side later. I'll have a look.
But yeah, everybody's is a blue. It is a blue shield, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
They mess about with these things, and
Yes. They do for sure. Certainly getting up my hooter, that's for sure. That is for sure.
but I mean, it might be the difference between, you looking on a phone. Let me just have a look. Yeah, it's a shield. Yeah, they're coming up as a shield on my phone as well.
I try to see that's something at your end, is that the payment was cancelled? That's something in your Google, is that?
But yeah, I've just checked my phone and they're still coming up as shields on my phone.
Yeah, mine are shields as well. On both my computers, the shields. -2. Right. Supposed to be a sunny day tomorrow, so I've got a bit of a project on the go, so I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Oh.
I've got a video project on the go, but it's going to take me a good few days to do it. So I'm going to do a bit more of that. I did a bit of it yesterday, but I'm going to do a bit more of that tomorrow.
2 degrees here, look.
Just involves a bit of travelling about, that's the only problem. But I need good weather. I need to do some longer form videos.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Where the money is.
You see, that's I've had to update all mine, Gary, because they sent me a new card out, and obviously the last 4 digits is slightly different to the last 4 digits on my last card, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you have to go round like your Amazon and update, so
Yeah, I could do that, Tommy. It has crossed my mind that, but I'm going to leave it till Monday anyway, because I have got something else I can be doing tomorrow. Because I did a bit of it yesterday when I left yesterday, but I'm going to. Yeah, I'll always do a good deal for you, Gary. I'll put your 2 ducks in. Put your Gary 1 and Gary 2 ducks. Call you Gary 2 ducks. But yeah, I can find
it don't give you any special dispensations, Gary. Just because you paid
No.
2 years subscription up front.
Yeah.
You get in the water and paddle like a duck, as everybody else does. You know, get them little webbed feet paddling.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it'd let you do that. I don't know.
Well,
Pay
I
2 years advance membership.
wouldn't have thought so because it's just a monthly thing, isn't it? When you join, it just
Yeah,
takes
it
it off
rolls
you every
over.
month.
Yeah.
I don't think you could pay all loads in advance. Wonder what will be next. What will
No.
be next, Sanger?
She says, I wonder what I will be next.
All right, what I will be next? Yeah, you've
So
been Donald. I
the
think you've
lawyer
been
died
Donald Trump.
before.
You've been a judge.
Yeah. Lawyer, judge, whatever. Well, I won it, Singer, and now I spotted Dick. I was pink with purple spots. Biscuit, do you need to go out, man?
I'm
If I
going to
keel
have
over, you know what's
a
causing it?
yeah.
Conjoint.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I thought about doing it a different way, perhaps doing heats and things, but yeah, I just thought it probably gets a bit complicated. You know what I mean?
It's -5 where Tim is.
You are?
Says it's -5.
Where?
I don't know, wherever Tim is.
All right, Mum. Scotland, yeah. -5. Bloody hell, that's good. Well, you know one thing for sure, Tim, it ain't going to snow. That's for sure. I
But
think
the thing is, I mean, how can they forecast snow for this morning and then change it to Sunday?
it's around 0 here at the moment. But it's going to be a sunny day all day tomorrow, but it's not going to get above 4 degrees. And
I
then
mean, there's sunny and then there's.
tomorrow night, snow from 9 o'clock tomorrow night till until 5 in the morning. Then it just says sunshine and showers for Sunday.
Maybe don't wear a kilt over the weekend.
So, I think, what are you doing? What are you doing there? No, it's not. I've got a dressing gown that. I've never worn that once. Not that I'm into dressing gowns.
It's crazy how it can go from 6 degrees and then, you know, in blink of an eye, it's -1. Baby. He got, you know where he's got that his bed resting on table leg. He got his head out resting on it.
I've had an audience of it. Toadell.
He needs a shit. I don't know about hotels.
Everybody else is good.
It definitely need a willy warmer, crypto. Don't look like a kilt. Oh dear. What you say, sod that for a game, Mum?
Cat's finding it so interesting.
Oh dear. Blue ball syndrome, definitely, Senga, definitely.
All done now, Chase. What yours doing next?
Oh
What yours
dear.
doing now? Oh, funny that.
I mean, this sort of tradition and not wearing any underwear underneath your kilt, but if it's that cold, you know what I mean? I think sod that. I'm wearing some, boxers or something. Eating on. It's really. See, I never know if Senga's joking or whether she's being serious.
What are you doing?
Senga says blue ball syndrome is real.
The blue ball.
She's on about wearing a kilt and no underwear on.
I mean, you've got to remember, at the end of the day, we are in February, and we're not going to be walking around with loincloths on in February. It's bloody February.
That's it. If it sort of,
I've
push
got blue
comes
ball
to
syndrome loads of times.
and tradition versus being warm and cozy, I'd pick warm and cozy any time.
You accidentally go out in commando mode or something like that. Ooh.
We all know what blue waffle is. Well, somebody
Yeah,
told
do
me not
not
to
look
look it
up
up.
blue waffle for
I was going to
God's
say,
sake.
don't. Somebody told me not to look it up, and I
No,
didn't.
don't look at it. You'll be mentally scarred. It's not with ejaculating. All right.
Why is Tim going to be wearing his kilt, Singer?
He's been ejaculating.
It's basically a pain in the testicles.
Yeah. That's it.
Caused by prolonged sexual arousal without ejaculation.
Say that again.
It's caused by prolonged sexual arousal without ejaculating.
Right. Never knew that. Never had that problem because when I get the prolonged sexual arousal, no blue balls here, I'll tell you. We're
And
a
it causes a
toweling
faint
nappy on.
blue, grey,
What?
or purple tint to the scrotum.
What's that? A knacker nappy? You better off just using like a COVID mask, put the elastic around the top of your flipping pecker and just put the mask bit under your ball sack, like a COVID
It
mask.
says relief methods. The fastest way to alleviate symptoms is ejaculation or masturbation.
Yeah. Is that not the same thing? Yeah, well, if you want any of them, Gary, I've just got right behind that television in vestibule. I've got 2 boxes of the old. I've got if you prefer the old elasticated pull-ups, or if you like the traditional ones with the sticky bits on, I can provide them. I've got them here. Men's nappies, no problem. You all know I got sent 2 boxes. They must be worth a bloody fortune because there's like 12 packets in each, and I've looked at them in Boots, and you're talking about 8 or 9 quid a packet, and there's 12 packets in each box.
And he's even tried one up.
I did try one on just out of curiosity, and it was quite comfy actually. It's fairly comfy. I tried one of the
Pull-ups.
elasticated ones on,
Yeah, the pull-ups.
and they were quite comfy, you know.
But this is the thing as well, Senga.
I
Apparently,
thought, that's
women.
a good idea. Imagine that. Look, oh, come on. I know you've got an headache and all this, but I've got blue ball syndrome. I nearly need to park my old mon somewhere. Yeah, good idea, that. It's
Women
brilliant,
can have
that.
it as well, but not blue balls. Same kind of thing, but in a woman.
I always used to go to bed and say, have you got an headache? And she said, no. I said, oh, we're on for it then, are we? Are you tired? I'd say, are you tired? No, I'm not really. Have you got an headache? No, not really. Right. Let's get spooning then, baby.
Gary says get them listed on eBay.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a hell of a lot. The boxes are massive boxes, 2 of them. Because my mum says, what the bloody hell have you been ordering here? I said, I'm ordering now. Well, it's got your name on. And sure enough, it did have my name on. I didn't dare open them in front of anybody because I didn't know what were in box. Imagine if I'd opened box up and I'd ordered 48 packets of nappies, people have thought, my God, he's got dribble dick.
Dribble dick.
Somebody somewhere that week were missing 48 packets of nappies at a hell of a cost. Because I've looked on Amazon since and they're £9 a packet.
Is it a hell of a lot of money's worth?
Yeah. You know what I mean? I think you're going to one of these, go to Las Vegas where they all sit at them slot machines all day and they wear nappies because they don't leave slot machine and selling them out the door, make a killing. That's what they do, don't they? These people who are addicted to these slot machines, they actually put a nappy on, then they can have a piss without leaving the slot machine.
That's exactly what they do, get Senga. I've read it, and it's similar to, blue balls syndrome, but it's to do with the, down there, the build-up of blood.
Blue clit syndrome, I bet that's good, relieving that. I'd relieve that, no problem.
But yeah, I mean, they must have been getting one of your orders ready and slapped a label on these nappies.
If you don't know where the man in the boat is, you've no business in being in the bloody harbour. Oh, yeah.
Well, put it this way, I mean, he never sent them back, so,
Sent what back?
Them nappies.
No, I wouldn't have done. If Amazon had sent me an email saying, we've sent you this by mistake, or whatever, I'd have said, yeah, come and collect them, whatever. But because they're actually taking up quite a bit of space in my shelves in Westerville, but
you never know when they might come in handy.
I've got all sorts of junk on them shelves, all sorts of bloody junk that really I need to move on or throw away or do something with. I'm still working my way through flipping Tupperware that next door neighbour keeps giving me. I managed to get shut to some, and then he gives me some more. I'm overrun with flipping spaghetti holders. Don't even keep any spaghetti. I've got Dolce Gusto pods in them. That's what I use them for Dolce Gusto pods. Imagine going to your man and saying, baby, I've got a blue clit syndrome. Doc says, need sex. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. I couldn't imagine that saying because it's just not reality. It would never happen. Not to me, anyway. You know what I mean?
Well, on that note, I'm going to call it a night. And I shall see you tomorrow evening.
Get the hookers to sell them down Blackburn next time you get it. Oh, my God. So could oh, God, no.
So, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye
to
you
tomorrow.
And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.
I'll see you on the dark side, Gary.
Ooh.
I mean, they can't say that to the punters. later.
Tim wants to know if you like dressing up as a baby.
Bye, everybody.
Dressing up as a baby?
No, he just got